Peter and Brian, thanks for joining us here on Hibernian TV. A lot of excitement about the book, a long project, but finally it's come to fruition. How's it been received so far? If we can start firstly with yourself, Brian.
It's been received very well. I approached Peter about 18 months ago. Peter's my wife's uncle, and she suggested approaching him to see if he had done it, his autobiography, which he hadn't. And we had a long chat. And Peter said to me, the last thing he said to me before we left the house was, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. And to me that echoed his experience with Will Shankly. That was obviously inbred in him. I got to work. He gave me 4 huge scrapbooks that had all his young days that his mum and dad had, collected all his press cuttings and all his early Hibs career as well, and then touched on his Liverpool career too. So I had a great start with the cuttings Peter gave me, and from there I was up and running, and it went very, very well.
How enjoyable was it as a project for yourself to co-write alongside one of the Scottish football's greats to it?
Well, it was a labour of love for me, to be honest, Andrew, because I was brought up in Lochend, just round the corner for the Hibs ground, and I spent all my youth watching the Hibs team that Peter played in, and he was actually my favourite player as well. So it was a fantastic trip down memory lane, and reliving some of the great games, especially the European matches from the 60s, was fantastic for me. And I also learned a lot of what went on behind the scenes, which was fascinating.
Definitely. Peter, I know, having spoken to you before, you were talking about the book. It's now on the shelves and available to purchase from the Hibernian Club store, among many other outlets as well. How proud are you of the book?
Well, obviously you wait all your career to do this, you know, and then you think at that time, is it ever going to happen? When will be the right time to publish it? And I've waited all that time and to do it right, and that was the main thing. I thought, well, I've kept my scrapbooks, my mum and dad, all through my career, and I'm going to get one chance to do it properly, and I've achieved that. So I'm really pleased the way it's turned out, and I think it'll be a great read for any football fans or any sports fans in the country, you know. So I'm delighted with it, and I've done it how I wanted it, and it's been done properly. So I'm well pleased with that.
It's a tribute to your great career, and you know, you're a fearless player that managed to pretty much achieve so much in the game, both here in Scotland and down south, especially with Liverpool.
That's right. I was very fortunate. I played with some great players, you know, at Easter Road, and then obviously my career at Liverpool was the highlights of my career, where I was able to win 2 league championships, 2 UEFA Cups, an FA Cup, and a couple of charity shields just to throw in. But I mean, it's all wonderful times when you can reach your peak and obviously play for your country as well. But I played with some magic players, you know, through my career, which are in the book, you know, your Neil Martins, Willie Hamilton's, Bestie, and then obviously everybody knows the team I played with at Liverpool, so I didn't even need to run through all of them because they were all world-class players in my eyes. And then fortunate through my career to play against the great Pele and Eusebio, guys that you would dream about. So that was the highlights of my career, and to have played at that level and been able to hold my own at that level, that's what I'm proud of, you know.